What's going on, my friends? Welcome to episode 34 of the Get Your Game On podcast, bringing you the hot takes, latest stories, and spicy picks surrounding New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, national, and international sports. Hosted by yours truly, Grassani, joined us around by Michael Cunningham, Alex Reich, and Marcellus Murdock. Listen to the podcast right now on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Get Your Game On. With all that said, it's time to get your game on. Yo. What's up?
Yo.
What it do, Adam? What it do, baby?
What it
poppin'?
do, Michael?
What it do, boys?
All right. Also, I believe this is his first episode in a while. Marcellus, welcome back.
Yep, glad to be back. Took a little hiatus, but I'm back.
All right. Yeah, well, Marcellus, we're glad to have you on for an episode. And we hope you have a blast. So, I mean, I am gonna, just so you know, spoiler alert, I am gonna put you on the spot off the Mets later on the show. Just a little warning.
Oh, like Alex doesn't do it either. I'm nervous.
Really? Why you gotta do my cousin like that, yo? Why you gotta do family like that? Boys, be nice. Let's play nice.
Okay, yeah, let's be nice. Everyone be
Let's
nice.
play
It's all right. It's all right,
Even though-
Alex. We still got some time to
Yo, hold up. Even though Alex
get that
looks like
record up. It's okay.
whole battle
I'm
brain.
not panicking.
Hey, Alex.
Yes.
Why the hell you look like a half a meatball right now, bro? Yo, Adam, he looks like a half a meatball sub. Alex, you know we love you. I had to roast you. All right, Adam, what's on the daily agenda
All
today?
right, guys. We've got. Oh my God, where do I start? I mean, we've got so much stuff to get into. Obviously, the NBA offseason, the NBA draft we gotta get into. Big free agency with the open day free agency. So many deals. I mean, trust me, and a big trade. For the Lakers for Russell Westbrook. Trust me, we will definitely be getting to all that later on in the show, but. I think we gotta open up the show today with recapping the MLB Trade Deadline. The Yankees made two deals. And both of those deals I like. I definitely prefer one over the other, but both the deals I relatively like. First off, the Yankees acquired Joey Gallo from the Texas Rangers.
That was a steal. That was a steal for us, Adam.
I agree. Let me explain.
Explain to the people, Adam.
Let me explain. Joey Gallo, the player, I have very mixed feelings on. On what he brings to the table. Because actually, let me get the negative side out of the way. Obviously, the biggest beef with Joey Gallo that everyone has, including myself. He strikes out a lot. I mean, really, I believe his K rate, I believe, is at what? Let me look at his K rate, but I think it's at 30-something%. He strikes out 30% of the time. That's a lot. I mean, and he doesn't hit for a average. I know batting average isn't the most useful stat anymore, but the fact that his average is definitely on the lower side, but the upside is obviously he has a lot of power. I believe he's had 25 home runs so far in the year. I mean, I'll get all the factual stat information for you guys shortly, but he's got a lot of power, and he plays great defense, and he's very athletic, and he's a great base runner too. So here's my thing. On one hand, yes, are the Yankees adding another player? Because this has always been the mentality the Yankees have that I've always wanted them to get away from, this type of all or nothing home run or strikeout type of hitters. The Yankees have way too many types of those hitters on their roster. I mean, Gary Sanchez is one of them. Like Giancarlo Stanton is also one of them to kind of a lesser extent. I mean, Luke Voigt, like to a lesser extent, is like one of those players. Like these players that really the only way like they can mainly contribute like at the plate is by either walking or hitting a home run. I want the Yankees to get away from that type of mentality to bring in some players that that obviously hit home runs and like draw walks, but like get base hits, get like big hits, get singles, get doubles, get extra base hits. That I know the phrase put the ball in play is kind of flawed, but you guys get what I mean. I want guys that put the bat on the ball like consistently, and because the Yankees, in my opinion, don't have enough of those guys. But the difference between Joey Gallo and the guys I mentioned, Luke Voigt, Gary Sanchez, and Giancarlo Stanton, like there's two differences. Number one, he's a left-handed bat, which we all know how much I've been screaming for the Yankees to add some left-handed bat and left-handed power. Like, because that's what this team needs, quality left-handed hitters. Before this, our best left-handed hitter was Rougned Odor. Now we have a legitimate left hand and it's slugger. So that's number one. Number two, another thing is he's very athletic and he's a great defender. That's another thing I want the Yankees to address. That's just their lack of athleticism, their lack of being of good base running. Like Joey Gallo adds to both those things. Like, so this guy isn't for you could very easily paint Joey Gallo as the type of all or nothing hitter, but he impacts the game in so many ways. And you know what? This past game, even though they lost, Joey Gallo, he had a big double, so he is capable of getting those big hits. So overall, I'm very happy with the acquisition of Joey Gallo. Michael, what are you making those hand signals for?
I wanted to rap something with it. If you
can rap.
All right. Here's the thing. I think Joey Gallo is a great pick for the Yankees. Good acquisition. This reminds me of the 2000 Yankee Ball.
Yeah.
Get the best
by the way, just so you guys know, his K rate this season is 32.3%, which is actually down from recent years. Like his strikeout percentage in 2019 was 38.4%, which is insane high. So he's cut down on the strikeouts, which is good to see. And I'm sorry, Michael, you can continue.
We all know he could be. He's a two-time All-Star. He's the future for the Yankees. What they have in their history, they have Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton as their two young core. Now you add in Gallo. That's good for them because they got three hitters. But however, I'm as a Yankee fan, I'm excited that we got Anthony Rizzo, but that's
my god.
I'm
gonna get to that really quickly.
I'm just beyond happy, but because he's one of my favorite players to watch.
We'll get to that. I mean,
Adam, you gotta let me do the story. I've been waiting.
I'm gonna let you tell the story. I mean, Alex Marcellus, if you got anything to say about the Yankees getting Joey Gallo, you can say that right now.
Alex, be careful what you say. I am deeply into what you got to say about the Yankees, so be careful. There are two Yankee fans. Be careful on what you say. Go ahead, buddy.
I think this is the episode that I'll be positive on the Yankees. I haven't done this in a while, but the Yankees got 120% better with Joey Gallo and Anthony Rizzo. And even though they got the acquisitions they needed, after tonight's game, it looks like they still need to rebound of
Yeah,
what happened.
yeah, they played well against the Marlins. Or unless they swept the Marlins, like they played well in that series, but obviously that game against Oakland was just a disaster. I mean, which you're gonna have like a couple of those games, but if they end up losing that series like to Oakland, like they're gonna like be in trouble. But yeah, getting to Anthony Rizzo. Oh, I mean, I gotta talk about the Yankees acquiring Anthony Rizzo. I liked the Joey Gallo deal. I love the Anthony Rizzo deal.
And my
I
nephews and
absolutely
niece.
love the Anthony Rizzo deal because let me go to reason. Number one, again, he's a left-handed bat. That's number one. Like you know how much I've been screaming about the Yankees acquiring about the Yankees needing left-handed hitters, quality left-handed hitters. So they add one with Joey Gallo, and now they add another with Anthony Rizzo. That's number one. Number two, he actually has a respectable K rate. He strikes out only 50% of the time. That's other or B5 natures them like striking out too much. They add one guy who strikes out a lot on Joey Gallo, yet they yet they make up for it by having a guy that doesn't strike out a lot in Anthony Rizzo. So you completely like counteracted that move there. You completely made up for that move. You completely covered that weakness, if you will. Well, that's number and also number three. Similar to how great Joey Gallo is defensively, Anthony Rizzo is an excellent defensive first baseman. He's a type of a guy like I heard them mentioning this on Michael K's show. Michael, I'll get to you very quickly, but let me mention this. I mean,
It's on, brother.
all right, but they mentioned like Anthony Rizzo is the type of first baseman that makes everyone around, that makes his infielders better. Because now like for example, Gleyber Torres, like we saw earlier in the year where he had Jay Bruce as his first baseman, made some errors. They made some error throws. Right? Obviously, you could say he needs to make a better throw there, and he does. But Jay Bruce like didn't do him any favors. Now they have a first baseman like and Luke Voigt too. Luke Voigt like for all the greats he does as the Yankees, like obviously he's a great player, like led the majors in home runs last year. It's at first base, he's not a great defensive shortstop. Now you got a guy who I believe is a two-time Gold Glover at first winner at first base. Anthony Rizzo is the guy that can really pick it. So now, for example, when like a Gleyber Torres like doesn't make a perfect throw, like Gleyber Torres, DJ Mayer, and the rest of the Yankees infielders, they don't have to make perfect throws anymore. Like they got a guy that can really, bail them out. So that's excellent. So I absolutely love acquiring Anthony Rizzo. And that's the thing. Both and then one more thing, Michael. I know you're itching to jump in here. I'll get to that. Trust me.
You gotta go
I'll
to the
get,
class, man.
but I got to throw this out there. Yankees didn't give up any other top prospects. The best prospect they gave up in all these deals, in both of these deals, the top prospect they gave up was their ninth best prospect. Like they only went as high as as number 9. When you look on their top prospects, they only gave up their 9th best prospects. So they still have all their best prospects. They still have Jason Dominguez. They still have Anthony Volpe. They still have all of their top guys. So I've been very critical of him, but I got to applaud Brian Cashman on this trade deadline. I think he did an excellent job. Michael, you could go ahead now.
Thank you, brother, man. I've been an Anthony Rizzo fan since he first came into the league. I thought he was going to be one of the probably the greatest first basemen probably in this era. When we saw what he did for Chicago, he was, in my opinion, the top 2 players on that Chicago World Series team. It was him and Kurt Brown. And I was saying to myself, if the Yankees could get this motherfucker by any means necessary, I'll be happy. I was at home thinking about it, thinking we needed a first baseman because Luke Voigt is is a great first baseman, but Jay Bruce is not feeling it. And a first baseman we need a solid first baseman because we got DJ LeMahieu on third, right, Adam? Or at third, right? Or Gleyber Torres plays third.
Gleyber Torres plays shortstop.
He plays short, and we got LeMahieu that can play any position in the infield, in my opinion. But now you got Anthony Rizzo, who's probably the best first baseman right now, in my opinion, in all of baseball today. That's just my opinion.
I'm sorry, I gotta check you there. Best first baseman in all of baseball. I'm sorry. I can't I can't.
Hey,
I can't
this is my opinion, and I'm sticking with it, brother.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you how to feel, but I gotta check you there.
Point is, I'm telling you, boys, Yankees. I think we got a good team for years to come, even if we don't make the playoffs. Adam, we got a good team that could last us for the next 3 to 5 years. Because we have probably the best team right now on paper. If we would have had this team from the jump, Adam, I've been like, see ya, I'm going to World Series parade 20. We're going for 28, smoking a cigar, smoking a little green substance that we can't say in the air. That's what I want to say, a very plant that I like. The point is, I think that's a good pick for the Yankees. Give the Yankees front office a lot of fucking credit. Give them a lot of damn credit for doing this. This reminds me of George Steinbrenner Yankees. You go for the best player who's available and for the trade.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Mike. The Yankees front office definitely deserves a lot of credit.
Give them a lot of fucking credit.
Alex, Marcellus, you can go ahead.
I agree too. I really, I gotta talk about my Mets because come on now, the best team right now in baseball, one of them. I think the Javier Báez edition is really good. I'm
I was
curious
gonna ask you,
when...
I was gonna ask you, Marcellus. I mean, that's a big pickup for you guys.
I think so too. I'm just curious to see how it works when Lindor comes back because he said he's willing to play second base, but he never has. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I feel like, but I mean, I think it could work. I can't wait until we get our pitching back. We're real with injuries right now, so Alex, don't get too excited yet because once we get our team back in full strength, you already know it's over for those Philadelphia Phillies, man. You know that.
We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck about the Phillies.
Speaking of,
we never did.
Good point.
Speaking of the Mets Philly series, I will be in person on Friday night seeing Marcus Stroman start for the Mets, and hopefully I get to see JT Realmuto hit one out. And
who you going with, bro?
John.
Where's up? Me and Adam don't get no invite. Shame, right, Adam? Shame.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Marcellus, guess who's pitching that night?
Who's pitching?
Kyle Gibson.
That's good. We're gonna light his butt up, and you'll get to see him in person.
And me and Adam will go to Philly just to eat some cheesesteaks and watch Philly lose. Loser.
Mike, Mike, keep your mind on Seattle.
First of all, we ain't gonna lose to Seattle. Ever since I've been a Yankee fan, they never lose to Seattle since I've been since I watched.
We gotta worry about Baltimore first.
We gotta worry about Baltimore. We got one step at a time.
Because we just swept Miami and now a big tough loss to Baltimore, so the Yankees bounce back. Also,
hold up, Adam.
I have to mention this. News that just came down. I mean, Garrett Cole has COVID.
Oh, that sucks. Everyone's catching COVID. Every NBA and MLB players catching it. To all those people that got COVID, man, you're in our prayers, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Garrett Cole,
with the Delta variant, I mean, going around there, I mean, Definitely, like everyone like stay safe. I mean, keep washing your hands, and and then obviously if you haven't gotten vaccinated yet, make sure you do so.
We believe on the Get Your Game On podcast that you should get vaccinated for the safety of others. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. But obviously, Garrett Cole going to COVID IL, that's gonna be a huge blow. He's already scheduled to miss his Tuesday start. He's gonna be out for, I would say, at least like 2 to 3 starts. I would say.
Hold up, I'm starting to think something about sports now. Give me a sec, boys. I'm saying since they let the fans back in COVID, I think COVID went up when it came to, like, you know what I'm saying? So here's what they gotta do. Every time you're not vaccinated, you're not allowed to go to a game. That should be like a fair deal. You know what I mean? If you're not vaccinated,
it should, but the one problem with that is you can't really prove like who's vaccinated and who's not.
You have a card.
Obviously, like I obviously have a vaccination card, but I don't know if you heard the story, like that people are like making like and selling fake vaccination cards.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I mean,
that's some scamming. Like, his bonds is legitimately real.
Nah, but people
I know my reaction to that was like, that's one way to get charged for fraud.
You know how much they're charging them for? They're charging like $50 for a card. People are paying them.
Get your ass thrown in prison.
The crazy part about it is it looks so real, it's hard to tell it's fake.
Yeah, exactly. It looks so real, it's hard to tell the difference.
You're right.
I mean, obviously, Garrett Cole, like, that's going to be a huge blow for the Yankees. I mean, do you guys have anything left to say on MLB Trade Deadline? Like, I do have one thing to say. Marcellus, I mean, that was a bad weekend for your Mets, I heard.
It's okay.
I mean,
it's okay.
They lost like what?
It's okay. We don't have to say it. It's okay.
Okay.
I'm not worried. We took some L's, but we're gonna get some wins against the Phillies this weekend. We'll make up for it.
I mean, because here's the thing, like Mets lost 3.
We lost today, but we lost 6-3 today.
Yeah,
but I mean,
Mets they lost 2-3 to Atlanta, and they lost 2-3 to Cincinnati, and they just lost 1 to Miami. And
but
if you look at the standings, I'll let you go. But if you look at the standings, if I were to ask you right now, who has a better record, the Yankees or the Mets? Who would you say has a better record?
Come on, man. You know the Yankees got a bad record.
The Yankees actually have a better record right now than the Mets.
You lying?
I'm not lying.
No way.
The Yankees right now are 56-49, and the Mets are 55-50.
Oh my God! Okay.
What's the Phillies record?
Okay.
Phillies record?
So our record's bad by a couple of losses. My fault.
By one loss.
It's okay.
One loss.
It's okay.
Here's the thing. It's easy to get confused because the Yankees right now are in like a very tough division. They're like,
you guys are in third place. We're in first, man.
We're in third place in our division. Like, and the Mets are in first place. So you'd be surprised to hear that. But that just shows you like how bad the NL East has been.
We don't associate with third place. We associate with first place.
Exactly. And
he got jokes.
And Alex, I gotta give you the floor here. To talk about your Phillies. I mean, right now with the Mets, with how poorly the Mets have been playing, the Phillies, like, they're still in this. They're still in the division race.
Oh God, you really have to say that.
Like, the Phillies are right now only 2.5 games out. They have a shot.
Alex, just remember.
Go ahead, Alex.
Lives 30 minutes away from you. I will tell him to beat your ass because I will send him your address.
We don't do threats on the podcast, guys. You're gonna get us in trouble.
Go ahead, Alex.
It's just gonna have to depend on the rest of the series against Miami, and if the Phillies can get 2 wins and the Mets lose another two, the Phillies could potentially be, I think, 1 or 1.5 games back. And they could really be back in it. And it's going to show this weekend of what this division really is, since the Phillies will match up against the Mets. And this week is crucial for both teams. And I think that it's a big turnaround since the Mets lost to Miami last night. And I'm really anxious to see what happens in the coming days. And it's anyone's ball game right now. And I just think that the Mets are at the point where they've been off lately, and they're kind of not having what they want to. And the Phillies offense is finally getting together, especially last night against Washington. And I think that will help bring the Phillies down at least 1.5 games back. But just got to keep it going, 1 game at a time, and see what happens.
Yeah. That series you mentioned, the Mets and the Phillies, that 3-game Mets and Phillies series, that's going to be huge.
Yeah.
That could ultimately decide who wins the NL East.
You know what? I'm going to make a prediction, Adam, for the NL East. It's going to be
Don't say
Mets.
it.
I'm going to say Mets.
All right, good.
I want to say the Mets going to win the NL East, and the Yankees, I'm biased to the AL East, so who we going to win?
I hope you're right, Michael, but I'm sorry, I can't see us winning.
Adam, this is God you're talking to.
We might be able to take the wild card. I do think I will say this about the Yankees, and I said before that I said I didn't expect the team to make the playoffs because I thought they were an average team. I will admit, I do think they have a shot at the playoffs. I just want to admit right now that I do think they have a shot. Alex, go ahead.
I forgot to mention that the Phillies have 2 back-to-back crucial series. The first one against the Mets, and the second one is against the red-hot Dodgers in Philadelphia next week.
That's going to be a big series, too.
And it's going to be interesting to see how the Phillies will do against Walker Buehler, since he's pitching game 1 of the 3-game series next week. And the game that I'm really interested to watch is Max Scherzer against Illinois.
Yeah, I almost forgot to mention, thank you for reminding me, Alex. Huge trade with the Nationals and Dodgers. Saying Max Scherzer and Trey Turner to the Dodgers. That's a huge move.
Huge trade.
And the Nationals, I gotta say this really quick. Nationals got fleeced at moves. I understand they give away what their 2 best prospects, and that Max Scherzer is a free agent at the end of the year. I understand that. But still, that alone, I still think the Nationals, the Nationals kind of got fleeced.
Oh, one more thing to mention. So, starting August 13th, the Mets have a big, I'm not sure how to put it in words, a big series. I don't know. I forget how to put it in words, but they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games that will that will definitely help determine what this division really is, because the Mets start out at Citi Field starting on August 13th against the Dodgers. And then they have to travel out to San Fran to play 3, and then travel to Dodger Stadium to play 4 games, and then back at Citi Field on August 24th against San Francisco, which is going to be a very interesting run for the Mets. And I'm not seeing the Mets winning the series against the Dodgers and possibly San Francisco, but it's from the 13th to the 26th is going to be a timeline to keep our eyes on, and I think that it's the most crucial 2 weeks of this month, and it's going to be a very long month to see what this team is.
Definitely. I mean, before we go, we gotta move on. Like to another story. We gotta move on to other stuff. But really quickly, Alex, did the Phillies make any moves to the trade deadline of significance?
Yeah, they got Kyle Gibson from Texas.
Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
And they got rid of Spencer Howard.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about those moves for a minute, you could go. You could go ahead.
They also got Ian Kennedy from Texas also.
Okay.
So they only did that move, and that was basically it for them. They didn't really do nothing huge, but it's something to keep an eye on of this bullpen that they have, and it will be interesting to see how the rest of the season develops and what Joe Girardi does, and I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. I mean, really exciting times to be a baseball fan. I mean, this trade deadline, I mean, was just absolutely wow. I could easily say this was like the most action-packed filled trade deadline we've had in a long time. I could safely say that. But yeah, before we get to both Mike's hot takes and Alex's Olympic stories, I do have, sorry, Michael and Marcellus, I'm gonna have to put you to sleep here for a second, but I do have hockey news I have to share. The New Jersey Devils signed Dougie Hamilton to a 7-year contract, $9 million for a year, $63 million total. And as a Devils fan, Alex, I could not be happier. I mean, that is just a huge move for the Devils. You guys, if you heard me on this previous episode, you guys know I wanted the Devils to land Dougie Hamilton. I mean, he was considered to be the top free agent on the market, and I didn't think they were gonna get at him because normally like when you think of like free agent landmarks in hockey, like you don't think of the New Jersey Devils. Like you rarely ever see like the Devils landing these type of big name free agents. So I am just so thrilled. So because Dougie Hamilton is going to bring so much to this team. Because on Murdock, I think mentioned it on his Gamers podcast. This team, the Devils, have been inept on the power play like for years. Their defense has been like a struggle for years, like on the blue line. Dougie Hamilton changes that for this team. He is going to be a major part of the Devils accelerating their rebuild. So Dougie Hamilton is a New Jersey Devil, and I could not be happier. I mean, Alex, if you have any thoughts on the deal, I mean, you could get them out right now.
I don't really know that much about him, but it's going to be interesting to see him play against Philadelphia with their new draft picks. and I'm definitely looking for the season to start up in October.
Yeah.
And the one team that I'm really interested to see is Seattle, which is the newest member of the league.
I got more thoughts. I mean, we gotta do like a hockey only episode sometimes, and that way we'll don't worry, Mike on Marcellus. We'll make sure we bring a guest on. We make sure we give you guys the day off for that episode, because I would love to like get more in depth like to these stories, but we've got so much to discuss in so little time. So but again, Dougie Hamilton is a New Jersey Devil, and like I said before, I could not be happier. So we gotta move on to Alex's Olympics storylines. Alex, take it away.
Okay. There was some bad news to start out.
Is this what I think it is?
Let me take control of this topic.
It's what I think it is, isn't it?
The USA women's soccer team lost to Canada last night, which
okay, that's not what I think it is. Go ahead.
Which was a bummer to watch. I actually took a power nap at like 2 a.m. until 2 minutes to 4, and then I stayed up for the whole entire game, and it was nerve-wracking watching it, and I just felt really bad about the goalie, which almost broke her ankle. Did you see that, Adam? She went up to grab the ball and then landed.
No, I didn't see that. No, I didn't see it.
And they are now going for the next medal, the second to the next medal of gold. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they do against Australia. I think they're playing Australia. In the
you're right there. Yep, they are playing Australia.
Yeah, I think the game is on Thursday. Am I right?
Yep, it's on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. And so moving on to basketball. In like 20 minutes from now, the USA men's basketball team plays Spain, which is an important game for them to stay alive. I think if they lose this game, they are out of it. I might be wrong, but I think that's right. But it's a must win for them. And I think that if Kevin Durant plays well, like what he did last game, I think they have a great chance of pulling the win over Spain. I haven't really watched Spain much lately, so it's hard to say about that team. But I think that they just have to lock in and make a run, and hopefully they get the win. And I found this interesting article. It says Sunday will be remembered in history as the most successful day for the Australian Olympic team. 4 gold medals, 2 in the pool, 1 in BMX freestyle, and 1 in sailing, surpassed previous best daily haul. On the 5 previous occasions, Australian athletes have nabbed 3 gold medals in a single day in 1956, 2000, 04, and 08, and last Wednesday. But Australia has never before had its anthem played 4 times on repeat. I just thought that was an interesting story to mention, and it's gonna be a great rest. I think there's only like 8 days left of the Olympics.
Only 8 days left? Wow,
Yeah, it
time
seems about right.
flies.
Yeah, I think it ends August, the week of the 12th, I think.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's been a really, it's been a really fun Olympics, and I just really don't want it to end. So I'm watching wherever I get the chance. Most of the time, I'm watching. Whether it be, also, I don't think you mentioned it. Real tough loss for the USA baseball team to Japan.
Yeah, that was the one topic I wanted to talk about.
I got a fun fact for you guys for the Olympics.
Go ahead.
Yes.
My dad was at the Olympics in '96 when they were in Atlanta back in the day. My dad was at there for the Olympics, so I just wanted to give the fans.
Oh, that's awesome.
You saw when they were building the Georgia Dome back in the day? My dad was at the Olympics in '96. Sorry, boys.
So the U.S. baseball team is on the edge of their seats at the moment.
What's the score that lost?
They lost to I believe Japan. What was the score? Final 7-6, I believe.
Is it David Robinson,
6-5.
Yankee setup man on the team?
Yeah, he was on the team. I mean, Tyler Austin was on the team. Todd Frazier was on the team. I mean, a bunch of guys were on the team.
And Tanaka pitched yesterday.
Yeah, Tanaka pitched from the team for Team Japan, which honestly big win for Team Japan. They go on to the semifinals, but really tough loss for the USA because they're saying USA had the lead going to the 9th inning. They were leading 6-5, and ultimately Japan tied it in the bottom of the 9th, and the bottom of the 9th, and ultimately won it in extra innings. So I mean, and if you're Team USA, I mean, in the top of the night, I understand like the pitching staff ultimately gave up the game time run, but in the top of the 10th inning, you have runners, I believe, on first and third. You gotta score at least one run there. I'm sorry, you gotta score at least one run.
Mm-hmm.
But but last time I checked, I don't think USA is eliminated yet, if I'm correct. They're not eliminated from possibly winning a medal, I don't believe.
It says, let me see. It says, I did see there's a scenario about them winning, if they win. It says, I can't seem to find it, but I'll definitely have more details next episode.
Oh, okay.
On it.
Okay. But, thank you, Alex.
Yep.
Thank you. But yeah, really tough loss. Do you have any other Olympic storylines? I'm sorry, Mike. We're gonna get to your hot take and really soon. But Alex, if you have any more Olympic storylines, get them out now.
Yeah. So the USA baseball team will play at 11 p.m. later today. Against, it's to be determined. I think there's a game that's happening soon. I'm not sure who, but once that game ends, we would know more about who USA plays in the next 14 or so hours from now. And it's going to be an interesting time to see how they do.
Yeah, I mean, Well, let's see if the Team USA can rebound. I mean, but again, big win for Japan. I mean, it was a very fun game too. I mean, it started like at 6 a.m. in the morning, so I couldn't watch all of it, but I did watch like most of it. It was a really entertaining game, and I'm so happy that baseball is back at the Olympics. It's the first time baseball has been at the Olympics since what year? I'll have to look that up. All right, but
you don't know why they put it back in. They had the FBI classics, and they used to have like the World Classics, so that's why they're gonna have baseball in the Olympics. I think. That was that version of the Olympics.
Yeah, it was a 13-year hiatus. It was back at, so I believe the last time it was at, so if you do the math, I believe the last time I was at the Olympics was 2008, I believe.
And Derek Jeter should have played in the Olympics. Did Derek Jeter play in the Olympics then?
I have to look that up. I'm not sure if I don't think he did. I don't know. I'm not sure if he did, but I'll have to look it up. But again, I mean, Alex, great work as always. I mean, it's a really fun Olympics. Again, it's USA that we're only 8 days away, but it just reminds me that I gotta keep tuning in because again, I'm not gonna be able to watch this for like until 2024. So I'm not gonna have this again until 25th, 24. So I want to like make every second of watching this stuff count.
Yep.
All right. Sorry for all the delay there, Mr. Cunningham, but it's time for to get to the segment of the show that is like hand sanitizer, and you use it to clean all the germs and shit off your hands and clean stuff up. Mike's hot take. Michael Cunningham, take it away.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Michael's hot take for the fans, baby. You know what? I was thinking today, boys, my hot take gonna be about the Olympics, about the best gymnast of our generation, Simone Biles. Is that her name? Simone, what's her last name? I don't know how to pronounce it. One of the big five for the Olympics.
Simone Biles.
Biles, man. One of the greatest Olympics, probably one of the greatest gymnasts of all time, in my opinion. She had to leave the Olympics because of her mental health, I believe, right, boys?
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
So, honestly, I think this is good for her to take a little break. You've been winning championships. You know, sometimes you get mentally distracted. Hell, I've been there a couple of times. How I had to leave the game from when I played AAU ball, I had to leave the game for a bit. We were sponsored and ranked, so I know me as an athlete probably had to take some time off to like regroup before it got to that point. But Simone, you're in our prayers, and I know as an African American, you're stressed as an athlete because you think you're not perfect, you're not good, you're not ready. But hell, you won a lot of gold medals that you could say, I won gold medals in the Olympics better than anybody could say, you know what? I can't do it. So all you people that think she's doing this just for publicity, be in her shoes, being her, having cameras in your face 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Here's the thing. When you're a black American, period, a black person all over the world, however, they don't realize what we go through. Because they only see the only way you can make it as an African American or a black person in this day and age, either as a basketball or a musician or a drug dealer. The only way to get success. Hell, I'm not a political person, but Barack Obama proved I could be the president of the United States of this country. Hell, they had Dr. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X being civil rights leaders, and they made it possible. Hell, I could be a photographer. Marcellus could be a doctor. Point is, as an African-American person, I know we don't do racism on the podcast, but however, my voice will be heard. I'm just saying. To all you people that think this is bullshit, how about y'all can all figure out what she did for this country? She brought medals with Lori Hernandez.
I mean, and to all the people out there that are like and this goes for like all like mental health. For all of you calling her soft for like her addressing like her mental health, get out of here with that bullshit.
Go fuck yourself. That's what we were saying.
Get out of here.
So
I mean, mental health is like very, very serious stuff. I mean,
and I also gotta say, DeMar DeRozan had some mental health behavior. Kevin Love, even Meta World Peace. There's a lot of players that will go to mental health.
Don't forget Dak Prescott. Don't forget Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott, who is my Cowboy, is my fellow Cowboy. Not a Cowboy player, but I'm a Cowboy fan. But guys, as a fan of the sport, we think athletes don't have problems because they're on TV. But however, they do have problems. They put pants on just as much as we do. They put at 2 legs at a time. Because I met some athletes. I met Gabby Douglas with Alex at my college. At TCNJ. We met one to Core 3, one to Core 5, and Gabby Douglas at TCNJ. And she's a down-to-earth chick. I met Seth on Marbury. I met Isaiah Thomas. I have a picture to prove it upstairs. And I also met Shaquille O'Neal, the world's dominant athlete. If you get your game on fans, don't believe me, check. Go on my Instagram page at Money23Mike. You'll see a picture of me and Shaquille O'Neal. Thank you. Point is, at the end of the day, we got to protect our mental health, and we got to know what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And Simone, we support you. At the Get Your Game On family, we support you here. In 2024, we hope you'll bring another gold medal for this country. And there's a lot of things that they should know about me. Is I'm very passionate about being an African American and the love of my country and being a black man and loving sports. And I got part 2 of my freaking hot take about Adam. Who do I hate more than anybody in this world?
Michael, are you going to give us another Skip Bayless rant?
Absolutely.
We haven't had one of these in a while.
What
did he say this time?
He said that LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, and AD was the dumbest thing to NBA history. He just said, rip LeBron's career. That's what he said. I'm like,
rip LeBron's career. I think that's definitely a little strong, but
here's Skip Bayless.
Without spoiling too much, Michael, I've got some thoughts on the trade. Without spoiling too much.
Skip Bayless? Can I just rip Skip Bayless?
Go rip him, all right? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Skip Bayless, you are a moron. How many championships have you won in your basketball career? Wait, 0, because you only averaged 2 points a game in your whole basketball career. My father has scored at least 10 points in basketball. Adam can make a jump shot. Marcellus and me and Alex played. You were probably the bench warmer and was the water boy on varsity and JV. Skip Bayless, you are so unprofessional. You can't even lead your own show. You have every celebrity that comes on your show rips your ass. I'm sorry. Even a donkey. Okay, let me get to the point. LeBron James has 4 NBA championships. 1 with AD. LeBron makes any player go. Hell, he won a championship twice with J.R. Smith. Twice. He can make the worst team go to the finals. He can carry anybody. I'm just saying. Now they got Westbrook. Here's the thing. LeBron was telling AD, only way we'll win it again if we have another All-Star. Poof, Russell Westbrook is, and I'm gonna end my hot take on there. So Skip Bayless, wherever you are, and Get Your Game On family, boys, bring your middle finger for Skip Bayless because he's a moron, and that's my end of my hot take. Thank you. No, I'm staying.
All right, Michael, great job as always. I mean, but again, like what you said about mental health, and everything you said was just spot on.
All right, boys.
All right, guys. So we got some basketball news to discuss. We got a lot a lot of basketball news to discuss. I mean, where do we start? You want to start with the NBA draft?
Let's go in order.
All right, let's start. I mean, we should recap the NBA draft. The NBA draft was past. Was it Thursday?
It was
Friday?
last Thursday. Yeah. It was last Thursday.
All right, it was last Thursday, and so to recap the draft, I mean, Kate Cunningham went first overall. I don't think that was really a surprise.
He's a beast. He's the best player in the draft. But I'm saying Jalen Green was my guy.
That was a great pick too.
I'm telling you, I'm surprised. One of my guys, I'm surprised did not get picked in the draft was Kyrie Walker, who was probably the best player, underrated player in the draft. He should have been picked as the last pick in the draft. But here's the thing: what I say about the NBA draft, they only have like the top 25, 30 players. I think they're gonna get drafted there. You know what I mean? And shout out to the NBA draft for giving my man Terrence Clark a walk down a moment of silence for Adam Silver. And I'm telling you, Terrence Clark would have been the top 10 pick in the draft if he didn't pass away. Let me tell you this. Man, I got to carry all you guys today. Alex, what you got to say about the draft? Adam, Marcellus, anybody? I'll get my dad on the call now. Me and my dad can do the show. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Michael, I want to have the floor back to you. I mean, what are your thoughts on how the Knicks rate out? They have at the 9th pick, they got Kai Jones at 21st pick, Keon Johnson. I mean, those are two. What are your thoughts?
I believe that we need more depth off the bench, and we need some starters of the loss of Reggie Bullock. But however, I think the Yankees the wrong team. The Knicks got the best young core in the draft. But I was hoping we could have got. I was hoping we could trade for the first pick, but
that wasn't going to happen.
No, but we weren't going. But I know Detroit wasn't going to trade. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping. Give me a sec. I gotta get my selectees right. I was hoping Jalen Suggs. We could trade up for Jalen Suggs for the Knicks, but we don't like. You know what I'm saying? But we got some good players. Though. We got some good players. Kai Jones, who was a stud in college. But the Knicks, we're not used to picking good players off the lottery. The last time we picked somebody good was Porzingis to the draft, in my opinion. RJ Barrett is a great player, is a good player, but a great player we got was Porzingis. And Obi Toppin, who was, my opinion, a steal in the Knicks for the draft last year. You know what I mean? He was a steal, probably the most athletic person in that draft. But however, as a Knicks fan, I think we did well in the draft. You couldn't do bad, you couldn't do great. So we did all right. We got the pieces we needed. Tom Thibodeau is a great defensive coach. However, these guys don't have an defensive game. Tom Thibodeau will make them a defensive player, Adam. And I think Marcellus could agree with that. But however, the Knicks, we got the pieces. We were in the playoffs for a reason last year. And the signing of Derrick Rose, and we just re-signed. Hallelujah, by the way. Who should have been the 6th man of the year, in my opinion, over Jordan Clarkson. But that's just a different story. So, boys, what you guys got to say?
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head, Michael. Those are two picks, where the Knicks are at right now. I mean, obviously with a very impressive season for them last year, they need to but they can't let up. They need to keep on adding. I mean, obviously when we get into some of the free agent moves that they made, but Kai Jones and Keon Johnson. I mean, I always make this comparison. When you look at how the Nets built up, even after like they still like made like good, drafters. Like again, they got Karol Savert at like what, the 20th pick. They got Jared Allen like 21st. So that's what the Knicks need to do. They need to hope that Kai Jones and Keon Johnson, that they could be, even though they're picked like in the late first rounds, they need to hope that they can hit on one of them, and one of those guys can become like a major player for them. Because then that could either A, be part of their core going forward, or B, like they could use it as part of like a trade package for a superstar. But yeah, can I talk about my Nets here for a second, Michael?
Adam, don't ruin my day. Don't
All
ruin
right,
my
the Nets, like, they took Cameron Thomas with the 27th pick. I mean, I can't really like complain. I mean, they also took Keysar Edwards with the 44th pick, and Marcus Zagorowski with the 49th pick, and Raqueen Gray with the 59th pick. So obviously, like similar to what I said about the Knicks, like I obviously like the Nets obviously have to hope that one of these players like does turn out to be it. But obviously the Net, unlike the Knicks, Nets are in win now mode. They are. This is championship or bust time for the Brooklyn Nets. So then going into this draft, you really just gotta hope that one of these guys can really just hit the ground running. Which I know it's a lot to ask for an NBA an NBA player, but especially picked that late. But that's the way it is, and that's our in win now mode.
Hold up, I gotta talk about my Lakers too, Adam.
Oh yeah, wow! I was just about to get that huge trade with the Lakers. Lakers acquired Russell Westbrook from the Clippers.
No, from the Wizards.
From the Clippers. I'm sorry, Wizards. I'm sorry. Thanks for checking me there. The Wizards traded Russell Westbrook, a 2024 second round pick, and a 2028 second round pick to the Los Angeles Lakers for Kyle Kuzma, Cabantes Cadwell. Oh, I doubt I'm pronouncing his name right, but go ahead. And Marcellus Harrell, and the number 22 pick.
Let me explain why I'm so happy. Got a smile on my face this week. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I was so happy to do our podcast. A lot of people think the Lakers are not going to do well with Russell Westbrook. Hell.
Let me give you a hot take here, Michael. For the Lakers' perspective, I don't think this is that great of a trade.
What? This is a great trade.
I mean, in terms of what they gave up, it's not a bad trade. I mean, you are getting Russell Westbrook, but he answers none of the Lakers' problems. He's just another guy that his Bible is to drive to the basket. We all know how is Russell Westbrook going to function with is going to coexist with LeBron James.
LeBron James can play with anybody. He played with J.R.
He can play with it. It's not a question about LeBron. I'm not questioning LeBron. I'm questioning about Russell Westbrook, because Russell Westbrook is the type of player that needs to have the ball in his hands.
I think for the Lakers to win, they're going to have to build that trust.
Look at how it ended up with Russell Westbrook in Houston with James Harden. Look how it ended up with Kevin Durant in Oklahoma City.
But however, LeBron is going. That's what they need, because LeBron is not going to be like have the ball in his hands. That's going to be the ball in his hands to win.
Yeah.
So, however, you have Russell Westbrook, who is basically the same player as LeBron, but only smaller. Anything LeBron can do, Westbrook. They're both athletic. Both have a great mid-range game, post-up game, passing game.
Great mid-range game.
LeBron has a great mid-range. What are you talking about?
I don't know about that.
You will.
He's good. LeBron is a good shooter, but I don't know if he's great.
He's a great mid-range center. He got better.
He's good. He's good. All right.
We will agree. I'm not saying he's like all-star 3-point contest great, but he's NBA great for shooting. At least he's a better shooter than Ben Simmons is. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, I can definitely agree with you there.
I think it's a good. I think this is a good fit. It's good. Shout out to Rob Pelinka for getting it done, by the way. And now we have a chance to get DeMar DeRozan, who's going to be our shooting guard. We signed
that
DeMar
would be
DeRozan.
that wouldn't be that would like be a nice addition.
So now you have the Lakers' big four.
But
and
here's the thing, like what the Lakers need right now most is outside shooting. That's their biggest need.
Here's the thing,
because when you look at all their players, like who is like the elite shooter on that team?
Let's see.
Anthony Davis isn't an elite shooter. I mean, he's good, but he's not elite. LeBron James isn't an elite shooter. Russell Westbrook definitely isn't an elite shooter. That's my point.
You need to have a great shooter to win the championship. The Lakers proved that.
They don't need it, but it's like a flaw on their roster.
Honestly,
that's a concern I have with the Lakers. Like, do they have enough outside shooting?
I agree with you, Adam. Hold up. But however, LeBron won 3 of his 4 championships with great shooters on his team, with Ray Allen, J.R. Smith, and he needs a great shooter. But however,
like Kyrie Irving is like an excellent shooter.
Kyrie Irving is just a good scorer. I won't call him an elite shooter, but he's just an elite scorer.
I mean, Kyrie Irving is like he can shoot. Like he shoots like he can easily like shoot 40% from 3.
I think, in my opinion, boys, the Lakers. I'm gonna say this now, on record. The Lakers will win the championship this year. Michael Joseph, Paul Cunningham, are saying that the Lakers will win the championship against the Nets, and Russell Westbrook will finally get his ring. And then he can mop. And then I saw this post on Instagram today. It reminded me of the Lakers post. How Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook played together, and LeBron and Kyrie played together 2016. 2021, the roles have reversed. LeBron's playing with Westbrook. KD is playing with Kyrie. Who's going to get the championship first? And I'm saying this, boys. It's going to be Adam. You're going to appreciate this part, brother. The Nets will play the Lakers in the finals. Lakers in 7. Lakers win the championship. I'm posting my stamp on the moon, baby. I'll put my flag on the moon and putting that the Lakers will win the championship. In the next 5 years, I'm saying the Knicks will win the championship. Now, can you dig that, sucker?
I mean, I'm going to throw the floor over to Alex and Marcellus, who've been quiet for the past couple of minutes, so I want to give you a chance here. Like, what are your thoughts on this trade? Russell Westbrook going to the Lakers.
Westbrook trade, right?
Yeah.
Mike, you're not going to like my answer.
Remember, I know you live.
I just didn't see the need for it.
Okay.
Not gonna lie to you.
Marcellus, just so you know, I wholeheartedly agree.
Because,
okay,
look,
we'll see who wins in June next year.
You guys don't have any shooters. You need shooters down the stretch. Who you going to for the last shot? LeBron. He's gonna try and pass it up to Westbrook. Westbrook's gonna brick. They call him Westbrook for a reason, Mike.
His name was Westbrook. You didn't say Westbrook.
Nah, it's Westbrook, man. I hope for you guys it works out, but I honestly don't know. They have to show me something. You guys are sounding like guys that are like 35 years old, man. What are you guys doing?
Experience is always good, Marcellus.
You guys signed Trevor. You guys signed the old people that you had before. It didn't work out the first time. Why sign them again?
You signed Dwight Howard. We're signing Dwight Howard.
Yeah, Dwight Howard. But I think you guys should have got JaVale too. You guys let JaVale walk. That was kind of a mistake. But I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to see. Maybe they could prove me wrong.
Alex, what you gotta say?
Okay, Mr. The Brick Cunningham.
Watch it, little man.
I do think that the Sixers have a young core in Jaden Springer. I think that he's going to develop to be a fantastic player, and he's got some good upside to his game, and I'm definitely excited to see what he has to bring to the table.
Hold up. About your Sixers. For the love of God, man, get rid of Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is the most overrated NBA player besides Draymond Green play the NBA.
That's a fact.
Ben Simmons is overrated. He's soft. He's afraid to shoot. I'm like, if you're in the NBA, if you're in a playoff game, Game 7, you guys are at home. You're the first seed in the NBA, in the whole East. You have Trea Young guarding you. All you gotta do is reach up. You were tall. Like, what's wrong with you? In college, you were more aggressive than you're playing now. When he was at LSU, he was dominating. Shows why they give you all that big money. Joel Embiid called him out. Ben Simmons can't shoot. He has no handles. He has no right hand. All you have to do is force him right. That's all you got to do. Hell, if we played basketball one-on-one, I think I would have a better jump shot than Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons is trash when it comes to shooting. My dad could probably beat him in the shooting game. Adam, you could probably beat him. Marcellus could beat him. Alex could beat him. Hell, David could beat him in the shooting game. Point is, Ben Simmons is the most overrated NBA player besides Draymond Green. And Adam, what do you think about my man Ben Simmons? Is he overrated? Yes
I
or no?
agree.
Marcellus,
I think it's over. I mean,
is Ben Simmons overrated?
He's a great player.
Yes, he is
he's
overrated.
a great player. Don't get me wrong, but like again, I just can't go over how bad of a shooter he is.
Yeah,
Ben Simmons is overrated, Alex. He's overrated.
Yeah, yo, you big old Boy Scout, you big blue Nike Boy Scout. What do you think? Is Ben Simmons overrated? You big Boy Scout?
Yeah, he's definitely overrated.
All of us agree.
We all agree.
Whoa, I would have never thought Alex would.
I thought I would never hear the day Alex would say this, yo. This is the same guy that has a Ben Simmons jersey. Hey, Adam, I think I just see a pic frozen. That's the first time I never heard Alex give Ben Simmons a compliment. I think hell is frozen over. Hey, Alex, you still think Joel Embiid's the best center in the league?
He's probably top 3.
I'll probably say he's top 5, but that's just a different story. I could get 4 better centers than him. Cat, Jokic, crap. I can't. And I said Karl-Anthony Towns, Jokic. You can't count Anthony Davis as a 5, but you can. But I don't know who's. I can name people 4. I'm trying to think who's better. I would say Gobert, but Gobert. Adam, who do you think is better, Gobert or Embiid?
I would say Embiid.
You know what? I think if we were all playing at Rucker Park, yeah, give me I think I'll agree Embiid's better. But I'll give it to Alex. I just hate agreeing with Alex when it comes to Embiid. So, Adam, I had to be a little hard on the air. Okay. Point is, boys, if I had to pick the best overrated, like the best forward and the power forward in the game is Anthony Davis. And I'm talking about overall big man in the game between power forward and center. I say Anthony Davis is better than any one of those players. It's like the best 4 or 5 combined, in my opinion. But I say the best passing big man is DeMarcus Cousins, in my opinion. That dude could pass. Yo, Adam, you know what? We also got to talk about Russell, Lonzo Ball signing with the Bulls.
I mean, do you guys again we're running so long on time, so I have a proposal for you guys. You guys want to talk about all the free agent deals next episode?
Yeah, we'll do that next episode.
All right, spoiler, guys. Next episode, we will be talking about all the NBA free agency. AC. I mean, there's a lot of deals out there now, but you know what? We're just gonna say it for all one big free agency NBA free agency episode. So definitely look forward to that. So we gotta wrap this episode up with, as you know, how we always wrap up every single episode, our bets of the episode. Last episode, episode 33, our bets. Some of us won, some of us lost. I was on the losing end. I had the USA women's softball team against Japan over a gold medal game. Japan beat USA. So, you know what? I took an L there. Alex, you had USA against Australia in women's basketball. That game turned out to be a draw. So, Alex, you take an L. Chris had the USA over Iran men's basketball on the spread. USA covered against Iran, so Chris took a dub. David had the Phillies over the Nationals. Nationals on the money line. Nationals took care of the Phillies, so David took an L. Marcellus, you took a dub. You had the White Sox over the Royals, so you took a dub. Michael, you also had USA over Iran on the spread, so you take a dub. So to give it up the understandings, we have a new leader. Michael takes first place, 18-15 record, 170.82 points. I fall back at the second place, 15-18 record, 166.34 points. Chris falls to third place, 17-16 record, 161.69 points. David is in fourth place, 18-15 record, 132.64 points. And Marcellus, you are in fifth place, 18-15 record, 114.32 points. And Alex, my friend, is right up the rear.
As usual,
10-23 record, 59.7 points. Get this, guys. In the last 14 episodes, you want to know what Alex's record is?
What is it?
1-13. In the last 14 episodes, Alex, your bets are 1-13.
Here's the thing in life you're gonna expect: death, taxes, and Alex losing every bet on Get Your Game On podcast.
Alex, you have anything to say in your defense?
I'm just hoping to bounce back starting later today, and just hoping for the best.
I mean, that's all you can really say at this point, my friend. All right, I'm gonna go first, and you know what? I can't find it on FanDuel, but Alex, you were mentioning that USA baseball game in the Olympics. I'm gonna bet that. I'm gonna take USA in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm kind of just throwing darts here, but because I have no idea who they're gonna play. But again, with how tough of a loss that they just suffered, I'm sure they're gonna be hungry to bounce back. You know, again, their backs are gonna be against the wall, so they're gonna have to bounce back. So I got Team USA. And I'll get the details there, but that's all right. You can find, as you know, all our details for every single bet on our Get Your Game On P Twitter page. All right, do we have David's bet? I don't think we do. So you know what? If we do have David's bet, we will let you know. Oh, again, all of our bets will. If we don't say them in the recording, we will post them on our Twitter page. So check them out there. So, Alex, you want to go ahead? You want to go up next?
So I am going to take Phillies money line.
Phillies money line. Okay, that's a pretty safe bet. That's for the Tuesday game, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
Yeah,
I got
I'll go next.
Okay, you can go next. Then I'll do Chris. You go. Then I'll do Chris.
I'm gonna go with the USA women's basketball spread over Australia.
Marcellus, I love it.
Gotta switch it up.
All right, who am I gonna take for Chris's bet? I'm gonna make some sort of Olympic bet. Give me a second here. There was one that I was looking that I was considering taking for my own bet, but I ultimately decided against. Let me see if I can find it. I am going to take for Chris's bet. You guys know, I've always been a fan of water polo at the Olympics. It's one of my favorite events at the Olympics. So for Chris's bet, I am going to take I'm thinking about taking Team USA, but Chris is basically making no points from that, so and I don't want to sabotage him. So you know what? I'm gonna take Greece. I'm gonna take Greece is currently plus 105 on the spread. Greece versus Montenegro. Oh, on Wednesday at 2:30 a.m. So I'm gonna have to make sure to remind me to look that up. But I'm gonna take Greece plus 105 to win in water polo, men's water polo. All right. Last up, Michael. Go ahead.
As your ringleader and ruler of the world, and I wanted to say that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, as your ruler of Jesus.
Okay.
I don't know what bet I want to do. I'm in first place. How does that feel, Adam?
Yep, you're in first place.
As I believe, I'm gonna do a baseball bet. I'm gonna pick the Yankees to win against the Orioles because that's just stupid. I'm gonna do a Red Sox bet. I'm gonna pick the Red Sox over the Tigers money line.
You know what? I don't hate it. Michael, I do not hate it.
This is just strictly business. You know, you gotta pick against the devil. You gotta pick with the devil sometimes.
All right. I don't hate it. I mean, again, that's all for our bets, and that's all for this episode. Really, really long episode, guys. I mean, we just had so much to get to, and you know what? And you know what? We still have more to get to. So tune in next time where we will be tackling next time, a little spoiler alert, we are going to be having a very, very special guest on next episode. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but as of right now, we plan to have a very, very special guest on next episode. So, guys, look forward to that. So, any final thoughts on anything?
Love and life.
Love and life. I mean, I'm definitely love and life. Trying to make the most out of every single day. So that's it. This has been episode 20. Not 20.
30.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Michael. That's it. This has been episode 34 of the Again Podcast. Yours truly, and Grassani, Michael Cunningham, Alex Reich, and Marcellus Murdock. If you like what you heard, leave a like and follow or subscribe to the podcast. Also, if you want to join the conversation, drop a comment or review, or you may feature it in a future episode. My friends, don't assume reduce just fancy. If you can imagine a world, believe in it, and dive in. See you next time, and until then, stay lit.
And we're out.